Former Linden cop gets maximum sentence for fatal crash. Linden, Pedro Abbott Jr., the former Linden police officer convicted of driving drunk on a Staten Island highway before crashing and killing 2 passengers, including a fellow Linden police officer, has received the maximum prison sentence. Abbott, 29, was sentenced to 8 1/3 to 25 years in state prison after previously being convicted of 4 counts of aggravated vehicular homicide, the top charge, according to Richmond County District Attorney Michael E. McMahon. Abbott also was convicted of 2 counts of aggravated vehicular assault, manslaughter, assault, and reckless endangerment for driving while intoxicated and causing the fatal crash on the West Shore Expressway. Abbott asked for a 1-year sentence, according to SILive.com. He was sentenced Wednesday by Justice Mario Mattei in Richmond County State Supreme Court, St. George, Staten Island. This sentence ensures Mr. Abbott is held accountable for the lives he destroyed when he decided to get behind the wheel and drive drunk, said McMahon. My thoughts and prayers remain with the families and friends of all the victims affected by this tragedy. I would also like to thank ADAS Mark Palladino and Frank Prospero for their diligence in vigorously prosecuting this case and ensuring that justice is served. Last month, Abbott was found guilty of all charges related to the 2015 crash in which Linden police officer Frank Villano and Linden resident Joseph Rodriguez were killed. Abbott was convicted on all of the top counts, including 4 counts of aggravated vehicular homicide. The jury verdict followed a 2-week trial before Mattei. Abbott, a 6-year veteran of the Linden Police Department, was driving home intoxicated from Curves, a Staten Island strip club, around 4:40 a.m. March 20, 2015, when he entered the West Shore Expressway in the wrong direction. He traveled north in the southbound lane at a high rate of speed, forcing other vehicles to swerve out of the way to avoid striking his 2015 Honda Civic before he crashed head-on into a tractor-trailer without braking. Passengers Villano and Rodriguez, both 28, were killed, while Abbott and another passenger, former Linden police officer Patrick Kudlak, now 25, were seriously injured. All of the officers were off-duty. The truck driver also was injured. Earlier that same night, Abbott and Kudlak had gone to Central Park, a bar and restaurant in Roselle, where Abbott drank whiskey before being joined by Rodriguez and Villano. Abbott then drove the 4 to Curves, arriving around 2:20 a.m. McMahon said credit card receipts from the night showed Abbott purchased numerous alcoholic drinks for himself and others at the club. A sample of Abbott's blood obtained through a search warrant showed he had a blood alcohol level of 0.24 after the crash, 3 times the legal limit. A paramedic who treated him at the scene testified Abbott had a very strong odor of alcohol, according to McMahon. Abbott had his day in court, and whether he serves a year or 100 years, lives were forever altered on that day. We continue to pray for Frank and Joe, their families, and all those affected by this tragedy, said Linden Police Chief Jonathan Parham. Mayor Derek Armstead said this chapter of the city's history is over. The fatal crash was not Abbott's first drunk driving accident. He had 2 DUI arrests after becoming a police officer in 2008, one in Roselle and the other in Rahway. The charges were administratively dismissed in the 2011 Roselle case, while Abbott pleaded guilty to driving while intoxicated and refusing a breathalyzer in the 2013 Rahway case. His driver's license was suspended for 210 days and he continued to work as a police officer while his license was suspended. Jurors never learned about the prior drunk driving arrests because Abbott did not testify in the trial.
Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County COPWATCH, and I wanted to explain what fair use is. You can use pieces of news articles if you're doing it for news reporting, you have commentary, and you're doing it for education purposes. So that's what fair use is, as you can see right here. Another reason why I wanted to make this video is to let you know I have just joined with Patreon. A nice thing with Patreon, I make no money on YouTube. They took the money away years ago. And so this is another way to give, and it's a nice thing too, because you can give monthly. You can give $1, $5, $10, whatever. I do 4 to 5 hours a day on trying to wake the sheeple up on how corrupt it is and different ways that you can fight the corruption. So Patreon is a way that you can do it, and then of course the old way is still there. Donate to Sheriff County Cop Watch with PayPal or credit card. So keep that in mind. 4 to 5 hours a day. I make no money, but the corruption happened to me, and I'm sick of it. So I'm trying to wake people up. But my wife would love it if some, if we could get some help out there. There's 47,000 subscribers. Just think if each one of you subscribers just gave a, let's say, actually, yes, $1 a month. 47,000 subscribers gave $1 a month. That would be awesome. That's not going to happen. But anyways, that would be great if it did happen. But, do the math in your head. Just think about it. Like I said, 4 to 5 hours a day. I get no money from YouTube. YouTube has gone nuts. You can't do anything anymore. They're taking the money away everywhere. So these are a couple different ways that you can still help out with all this time that I put in. And as you know, I'm in a special situation where, at least I can do it, 4 to 5 hours a day. We have a cleaning company during the day. That's what allows me to do this, and we're debt-free. So this is my hobby. I don't go fishing and all that other crap. I try to save the world. So help me out to make the wife happy, man. In fact, if you guys did give $1 a day, and there was 47,000 of you, and you did it, and each of you gave $1, and that was every month, oh my God, yes, I could quit. I could start suing them. Another idea too that we have is, if I got, some funds, we could actually contact everyone that has been ticketed and or arrested and put in jail and start sending them postcards to let them know we're here, and to see if everything went all right, and if it didn't, find out their story. So we could even do more investigations and more lawsuits. Lawsuits take money. So just think about that. 47,000 of you so far right now. $1 a day. $1 a month on Patreon, or $5 a month Patreon, 10, 20, whatever. Just do the math in your head. Help out. This is a lot of work every single day. Thanks.